Good morning, guys.
Hey, what's up, fam?
Hey, welcome back to the channel. Please don't forget to comment, subscribe,
And hit that like button.
Hit the like button and leave your comments down below. So Donald is in love with authentic Mexican food. I have given up on it. I'm done. Taco Bell is my joint. But listen, Donald found this. What did you get?
I got a chicken fajita tacos, or whatever you want to call them. But they're right here. Here they go. It's basically lots of shredded chicken with lots of like cilantro and lime and avocado and onions and just whatever, just all kind of stuff on nice corn tortilla shells and everything. So yeah. I got 4 of them. They're selling here at this little food truck I'm showing you right now. It's like there's only 2 things on base right that you can have. They got the Subway inside the PX, and they have a food truck here. So
they got pizza too.
Well, they got a little 100 pizza. That's right. So they have pizza there.
So on base, normally they have all these restaurants, but we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Like I'm gonna tell you how far in the middle of nowhere we are. You can't even get a TV signal. You have to have cable to watch TV around. Yeah. Nothing is within 20 miles.
Exactly. So if you
is it 26 or 20?
No, it's 20 miles. Because there's a small town that has like a McDonald's there. But you have to go, if you don't want one of these 3 options, you have to go about 20 miles for another fast food option. Or cook your own food, which we've been doing for the most part.
Right. But this place is normally packed.
Yes.
So I guess everybody tired of eating. They're tired of eating the pizza and Subway.
Yeah.
I think this would be a good place to get a job if you were trying to find one. Like, trying to work for the government, military workers. I think this would be a good place because, it's out here.
It is. But it's quiet and peaceful. If you're just trying to get away, if you're trying to get away, this is the spot.
This is the spot. It's like I say, the scenery is beautiful. Mm-hmm. If it was just a little warmer, I would like it a little more. But of course, it's winter, so what can you say? It got down to like 26 degrees the other night, so we did have to fill up on our propane and stuff like that.
But the stars were beautiful. So when you're out in remote areas and stuff, there's not as much light pollution. And somebody asked about that a while back. But out here, there's like no light pollution. So I saw so many stars. I haven't seen that many stars since Basic Train was out there in range at the night and stuff. So it's got a lot of good points, but you gotta be prepared for it. You gotta stock up and everything because supplies and accessories are limited.
Very limited. So I'm glad we did grocery shop and do all that before we left. We had the basics of what we needed. Yeah. So that's all you're going to get here unless you want to drive 20 miles to town, but really 26 to get to the big part of town, to get to Las Cruces.
Yes.
If you want to get to Las Cruces from here, it's 26 miles, but that's not bad. Not complaining, just trying to give y'all a real view of how it is to be out here.
There you go.
But again, the views are breathtaking. Like, this is my favorite part of RVing, is especially at night when you can open your window and look, you can't do that now because it's winter. But when you can open your window and let that cross breeze come in, and you just have the best sleep of your life. Yeah. So I sleep with my shade up because everybody gone. It's only 2 of us left. They got 8 spots, but it's only 2 of us left. Everybody else left out on Tuesday. And so we'll be leaving out on Friday. Today is Thursday. We'll be leaving out on Friday. All right, fam. So we will see you in the next clip.
All right, fam. Hey, what's going on, fam? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It is moving day. But first, the weather. Hello, fam. Welcome back to Las Cruces, New Mexico, here at White Sands Missile Range. The current time is 9:05. The current temperature is 40 degrees. Winds are coming out of northwest at about 5 miles an hour, and there's a 0% chance of precipitation and a 100% chance of love between Peggy and I. So we're gonna go ahead and get DJ on his last little walk of the morning, and then we're gonna come back and hook the trailer up, and then we're gonna move on out. Let's go, fam. Alright fam, so let's go ahead and get hooked up. As you see, we have a travel trailer, not a fifth wheel. So we gotta do everything from behind the truck. Now I look small in this, but I'm 6 feet tall. It's just a bad angle, I guess. But anyway, so I had to go ahead and put the hitch together, start with the adapter, and then bring in this very heavy all steel hitch. And you gotta make sure that cotter pin is in. Like I said before, get a checklist to make sure you did everything in the proper steps in the order. So I got that cotter pin and then retaining pin also. So here's the slide coming in. We got a 3 slides on this RV. This is the bedroom slide going in right now. Gives you quite a bit more extra space in there. You gotta have slides. And this is the living room slide. They call it a super slide because it's so long, but that's Peggy bringing it in right now. Once the slides are in, we can go ahead and hook the trailer up. Got a good backup camera, so I'm checking that out as I back it into its spot. And once I get into the proper area, I lock it in knowing it's going to back up a little bit more on its own. And that's what it did right there. So now we're going to go ahead and use the automatic system to lower the ball onto the hitch ball. Once I get that locked into place, I'm going to go ahead and raise it back up so I can release some of the tension off of the hitch itself. This allows me to put in the weight distribution system, but first the control cable. This is how I get the brake and the lights for the trailer while I'm driving. So now I'm going to install the weight distribution system. This is like a very high tension steel bar that keeps the front of the trailer from putting too much weight on the bumper and causing a sag in the middle. It's not just for looks, it's also very dangerous to drive with a big sag in the middle. So the weight distribution bar is a must for a heavy trailer like this. And get the thing locked in, put the safety chains on. I like to cross my chains. I started out not doing that, so I went ahead and crossed the safety chains. They never came into play, but you never know. And then I can go ahead and lower the whole thing back down, and this trailer is connected. Job well done. Once it gets down to the proper level, then I'm going to go ahead and remove the little wood blocks that I had below the feet, just for additional stabilization.
Hey guys, so we have been wanting to do this for a long time. So now we can update our sticker. So here we go.
Beautiful. You always get it even. I never get mine even. So that's 20 stakes down, 28 more to go. 'Cause I'm not going to Alaska. And we can't drive to Hawaii.
Whatever. He don't know where we're going to end up.
There you go.
We'll see what happens.
All right, fam. Let's get going.
All righty. Good morning, guys. It is the next day, and Damo and I are about to sit down and have a cup of coffee. It's early. I didn't get to drink my coffee yesterday because, of course, yesterday was a travel day. And I'm going to tell you what. We are back here in El Paso, Texas. Is this called Dulles Air Force Base?
No, this is Fort Bliss.
Fort Bliss. Okay. We're at Fort Bliss, right? I like this place. Like, we were just here last week, right? But we have to stop through because we didn't want our travel day to be a 9-hour day. So we stopped here for a night, well, 2 nights actually. So on tomorrow, which is Sunday, we will be heading on to Dulles Air Force Base.
Yes.
Okay. See, I finally got that right. We've been moving so much, you know, your girl get crossed up all the time. Say good morning, DJ. Say hey. His big bed, he put a big hole in it, so when we get to Dulles, we're going to buy him another bed. I know y'all like, he big in that little bed.
He putting on weight.
He is getting a lot healthier. But anyway, listen, I know I'm all over the place already, but Donald makes the absolute best cup of coffee. I think he make it with love.
50% love, 50% skill.
But I'm just telling you, if you could ever be with us and you're ever at the RV, ask for a cup of coffee. He makes the best cup of coffee. The best part of waking up is coffee in my cup. I don't drink Folgers. The best part of waking up is coffee in my cup.
Hey fam, Peggy kind of touched on a little bit. Yesterday was a very uneventful drive, which is what you want in these RV streets. Look at DJ just bothering me. DJ, don't sit down. Bed.
Now he just ate.
Bed. Here you go. Get in your bed. Alright. But so it was uneventful, which is the exact opposite of the trip up to New Mexico. You know, that was very eventful with the whole missile range incident. But
yeah.
So yesterday on the way here, right? My little passenger princess was passenger princessing. Yes, you were. You had your iPad, you had your Bluetooth, you had your neck pillow, you had a chair leaned back. You were chilling. And then about an hour into the drive, I'm making an exit off the highway, and she's like, "Wait, we here already?"
Yeah.
I was like,
okay.
I was like, "Yes, we are, baby." She's like, "Ooh, I love these short travel days."
I love short travel days. I thought listen, I'm ready to protect myself. I thought he was going to say something else. Because I try not to talk, you know, because I'm like, Donald, don't do this, don't do that.
Oh.
But I try not to do that anymore while he's driving because I know it could be an irritant, right? And I know he be wanting to say sometimes, girl, sit back and shut up. So I do it. I sit back and shut up before he have to tell me to sit back and shut up, right? So anyway, we had I'm telling you, like by the time I got my earbuds set up and got my TV shows going from my gift, because I love my iPad I got for Christmas. If you haven't gone to see that video, Donald's gonna tag it. It was so much fun, right? So by the time I said, because we always say our prayer before we leave, and then we do a little talking and talk about what we're gonna do when we get here and stuff like that. And so after we get our conversations out the way and we get started, I'll sit back, put my earbuds on and watch TV. And I was just like, before I could really do that, we were getting off. Yeah. Well, because I dozed off, and there's a scary mountain drive.
Yeah.
You know, coming from White Sands, New Mexico, back to El Paso, but they diverted it some kind of way.
Yeah.
I think that's really cute. Like, you can go through it if you want, but you don't have to, right? And so he was like, babe, we'll get there 30 minutes faster if we go through the mountains. And I'm like, it's daytime. What was it, about 12 o'clock?
Yeah.
Not that much traffic, you know, because people, you know, were doing what they were doing, like at work and stuff like that. So I was like, it'll be fine. Plus, it was a lot of trucks going through, so I felt safe. Because if trucks can go through it, you know your RV can go through it.
Exactly.
And so we drove through it, but he took the nice route, and I was so happy because the mountain views were so amazing. And so when we leave here, we leave the mountain views behind.
This is it for mountain views.
So this is it, but I enjoyed them. And so now your girl trying to get her some beach views in, right? Oh. Because we've done all the mountain we can do. Now in Texas, we have some important things to take care of, but then your girl gonna get her some but beach views. Yeah. So ever since I came on this channel and talked about Mayport, I can't get Mayport. I ain't telling y'all nothing else. I ain't telling you nothing else. I can't get into Mayport. I know that's not the reason, because before while we were there, it was hard. You know, we were living in Savannah, it was hard to get a space at Mayport. Yeah. But we're trying to get Mayport at least, if I could get, because you can't get a whole week, you just cut that out. Yeah. So if I can get like a 3-day bank, your girl will be happy. And then, you know, Mayport, you might as well go to Disney, right? Because you know your girl love Disney.
I don't know how she
and then you might as well go to Destin, because we're right there. Then you go to Tampa. I'm like, we're there. Like,
she's making big leaps right there, fam.
We don't know what we're gonna do. You know what they say: if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans.
Tell him what your plans are.
Yeah, so we just gonna ride this thing out. But it's been a lot of fun.
You know, coming to Fort Bliss, there's no reservations here. So I called the morning of, and just like last time, instead of saying 2 spots, they said it's 1 spot. But they said 3 people were planning on leaving at 12 o'clock. So I felt pretty confident we were going to get a spot, and we got a spot. We got a very good spot, and I'm gonna tell you how good the spot is. If they gave me a map and asked me to pick the spot that I would want to get, I would have picked this exact spot.
Yeah.
It's right across from the laundry room, right across from the bathroom, right across from the kitchen area, 2 rows over from the dog park, which is close enough to walk, but not close enough to where you can hear all the dogs yapping all day long and stuff. Right across from the trash can, not so close where you can smell it, but close enough to where I can walk over there in like 30 seconds and throw away the trash.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about centrally located. We're in the dead center. So the blessings just keep on falling.
They just keep on falling. God just
I'm just like, boy, if we can, I could take this spot for a month and just be happy and happy and happy. So.
Yeah. And let's talk about this weather, okay? Let's
look at that.
Let's get into the weather. Like these blessings just keep coming. Hey, poo poo, he can't have coffee. Listen,
DJ Bed.
When we left White Sands, New Mexico, I want to say it's like 35 degrees, but it was still early because it normally warms up to like in the 40s or something like that. But as soon as I got out of the car, because Donald doesn't like me to get out until he sets up everything, you know, like he puts down what is, I don't even know what he does.
I do the automatic leveling system. I put down the stabilizers, the hydraulic jacks, and the pads and stuff.
Yeah, so and then you know he'll come in and open the slides and stuff like that, just in case something got misplaced or what, you know, like, because it depends on the roads.
Yeah. Because
sometimes you'll drive a whole 5-hour trip and nothing is out of place.
Yeah.
But then sometimes, like, I ain't gonna lie, when we went to Ohio, we was bouncing like a basketball on that highway.
Goodness, boy.
And I told Donald, I was like, I am so afraid to see what that RV looks like on the inside because I know some stuff is tore up. Because normally if I put like my bag on the bed or something like that, it'll just be unmoved, unbothered. But baby, that bag had been tossed all to and fro. So those highways going to Ohio were pretty bad. Man. But here, nothing was disheveled or anything. It was a smooth ride. So you pray for those kind of trips. You know, smooth ride, not bad, heavy traffic and stuff like that. My only problem with RVing, like, I'm not ready to drive on the highway yet. I know that I could drive on a regular street, but I couldn't drive on the highway because people always want to rush in front of the RV. So like when we're already on the highway, somebody will want to jump in and get in front of you. And I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I don't know, but people are just impatient. But you know what? I could remember, and I'm telling the truth, I could remember when I would see RVs, I was like, oh my God, I gotta beat it. And so I would beat it. And I know when I drive past them, you know, when we get to the light or something, they'll look over at me, but they won't say nothing. You know?
So that happened a couple times yesterday. But, you know, Peggy, like Peggy said, to her credit, she didn't say anything. She just hit the imaginary brakes like 2 or 3 times.
Baby.
Peggy will have cramps in her calves, boy, from these imaginary brakes because the little brake lights of the car in front of us hit. And she was like, she did say one thing though. She was like, baby, you know we're pulling the trailer on this trip, right?
Right.
Like, you gotta make sure you leave enough space to brake and everything. I said, yes, baby, I do know. I had my finger on the brake assist. You know, for those of y'all who don't know, there's a little brake button inside your truck that actually activates the brakes on your RV.
Yeah.
And so I hit the brakes on the truck and I hit the brake assist at the same time, and I'm able to get good stopping distance. So, but Peggy still will hit them imaginary brakes.
No, Donald is a good driver. He did a lot of truck drive. Well, he did a lot of driving of trucks when he was in the military.
Yes, he did.
So no big deal, right? But I, on the other hand, I'm a very cautious driver. Like, I give you the 3-car lengths, as they say in the driving book and stuff like that. Like, I drive like an old lady, and I'm cool for it. I don't care. I just drive very causticely, right? But he, on the other hand, he drives like he drives.
I drive like I'm with traffic.
Yeah,
stuff,
I mean, you're a better driver. I will admit that. And so what's best for me is to just put my headphones on and listen to music and fall asleep, or
and that's
listen
best
to
for
a
me
TV
too.
show. And so we both have a plan. Because when we first started this, y'all, I was on it. Like, you didn't see that man right there. Why you parking? Why you doing?
What in
And
the
I was
world?
like,
What are you thinking about? What's going on in your head?
I was like, I can't do that because I'm making him stressed. He handles me well though, but I'm just like, I'm just adding stress. So after about 4 or 5 times, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna shut up because I know he be wanting to tell me to shut up, but I'm gonna talk again when we get in the car.
You know, though, truth be said, quiet as kept, like Peggy used to say all the time. Quiet as kept. That's one of the reasons why I bought her the iPad, to give her something to do while we're on the road, because I would not be able to do it. She put on a 7-hour trip and she'll have her old iPad or her phone, and she'll just be listening, and it just be, I'm hearing all these ratchet TV shows, whatever else, and then
the more ratchet the better.
And then she looks up and see what we're doing and everything, and it was just like, oh my goodness. But now, make sure the iPad is fully charged before we leave tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Make sure your Bluetooth headphones are fully charged.
Yeah, that's the thing, the headphones, but the Bluetooth, but the iPad, I got my charger.
So it charges in the car? Okay.
Yeah, but like he said though, tomorrow is going to be a long
7
travel
hours.
day for us. Like, we like to try to keep it at between 4 and 5 hours. That's more than enough to pull an RV, but Donald has planned our stops, and we'll be able to pull the RV over, stop, have lunch, then get back on the road. So we'll probably take like 2 30-minute breaks, 45-minute breaks, because we're gonna leave at 7 in the morning. So we'll still get there daylight. And we've been to this place before too.
We've been to Dias.
Yeah, we've been to Dias before. I think Donald likes Dias for some reason.
I like that. I don't know what it is. Abilene is not a big town, but it has enough stuff there. It's not like New Mexico where you got to drive 26 miles. We drive about 6 miles outside the gate, and we're in a big enough town where they have everything: Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Home Goods. Well, I don't know what Peggy likes. Yeah, all that stuff Peggy likes.
Well, I used to love Home Goods. Like, that was my place, but yeah, I'm not, because we're in the RV. There's no need to go to Home Goods, because at first I was what Donald would call feathering the nest.
Yes.
Like putting, making the RV beautiful and stuff like that. But then you realize you got to pack that stuff up every time you move, right? So if I was going somewhere for a month or maybe 2, like we were in Tucson, then it would make sense. But then after it's all over, you got to find a place to put all your knick-knack paddywhacks, because your picture's gonna fall off the wall and your stuff like that. Now, I don't like packing up all that little stuff. Now, some people do it and they do it nicely. I'm just telling you what I don't like.
Yeah. Like
trying to find a place for all these little things to go and stuff like that. So I'm just like, I'll throw a pillow here, a plant here, a picture here, and we're good. In this RV, like, less is more. And so it took me a while to come to that concept, because like Halloween and all that stuff, I'm buying all this stuff, and then when it's time to pack up and go, we don't have no room for it. No. So I gotta quit acting like I got a 3,000 square foot home with a basement where I could put the stuff up until next year. But what I've been doing though is giving it to the Goodwill, because 90%, I'm gonna say 90% or more of these RV parks have a Goodwill.
Oh yeah.
And so you could donate your things instead of throwing them away. So we donated a lot of stuff, and I hope that they go to good families.
We've donated a lot of stuff.
We have donated. But anyway, we ain't coming to talk about that.
We ain't coming to talk about that. We just came in to say, hey, y'all, we made it here safely. We are blessed. We got a good spot. DJ got out the truck and ran to that dog park. I put him on the leash. He must have knew where we were, or he must have recognized the smell.
Yeah.
But he got in and ran that dog park, and his tail was just wagging, and there was just nothing but joy in his heart. And of course, that brings joy to my heart. So this is a good spot. But we're only here for, like Peggy said, one more night.
Yeah.
And then
we just needed a break. But I'm like, if we had known the weather, listen, we got out the car yesterday. Now the temperature, when you check the weather app, because we have to check those, you have to become very familiar with these weather apps while you out here. It's a lot you have to do behind the scenes. But anyway, we checked the weather app, and it was like 62 degrees in El Paso. But when we got out the car, it felt like 80 to me.
It felt like at least 70 something, 75.
At least 75 degrees outside. So Donald was able to sit out.
Oh my goodness. Talk
to the neighbor. He met a really good friend. So we got some camp friends,
we got camp buddies.
Because we don't hardly ever have that, right? So we got some camp buddies, and we're going to take advantage of it today. We're going to hang out a little bit. I don't know. You can't barbecue here because you can't have an outside fire.
No outside fire.
You can't have, because this would be a good day to barbecue.
Oh,
and just sit out. But we're just going to sit out, talk to our neighbors. It is so good to meet nice people.
It is.
And just because, you know, most campers have the same type of mindset anyway. Yeah. And so we're just going to sit out.
Yeah, I'm not going to put anything out like the rugs or the chairs or anything because it comes with a table for one. Yeah. And plus, whatever we put out, we got to pack back up for tomorrow morning anyway. Yeah. So,
well, our neighbors have a whole setup.
Oh, yeah, they got a whole set.
We just go over there and sit down and laugh and talk and have a good time.
Yeah.
I wanted to date my husband today since we're back here at Freedom Park, but I don't think we're going to be able to do it because he has to get up early. Like I said, we need to leave at 7. It's a 7-hour drive, so we ain't gonna be able to go on a date and sit out by the fire and have dinner. But my godson is stationed here in El Paso, so we're gonna look. We got plans, y'all.
We got something to do,
right? We don't have that, but we're just gonna meet him at Freedom Park, and then we're gonna go over and have lunch because he just had a baby. I don't know if they will allow us to film them. You know, a lot of people don't want to be on camera, and if they don't, we're going to honor that. But if they do, in the next video, you will see. You will see. We try to put people on, but a lot of people just don't want it. So
exactly.
You can't force it. You know, I don't want to just start filming and then have people feel some type of way, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. You know. So anyway, we are just going to hang out today and have some fun.
Yeah.
Like, that's what camping is about, meeting good people, sitting out, having conversations.
Yeah. This is a good rest day in between big stops and stuff. So plenty of sun. DJ probably get 3 or 4 dog walks. So I might just leave him in the dog park for like 20 minutes. Just let him run till he gets tired and stuff. 30 minutes or so. Yeah. So that's going to be fun there. And it's a good rest stop.
Yeah.
So.
Because he couldn't do much walking in White Sands because they have what are those little things?
I call them little spiny birds. They're little.
We used to call them cuckabuds. So he couldn't. We had to pick him up on the grassy spots to put him on the track.
It's funny you mentioned that because on the little Minute with DJ that I shot yesterday, he was walking on the little concrete strips in between the grass. He's like a little tightrope walker.
Yeah,
he was just walking on the little zigzags. He's like, I'm not walking on this grass anymore. Yeah. But when he got here, the grass don't have the cuckabuds or whatever you want to call them. So he was able to run and jump and everything. But it's a lot of them there. You gotta make sure you protect your doggy there.
But we're going to try DJ with shoes again. So I ordered him shoes, and we're going to get him shoes again just for stuff like that. But DJ hates.
He hates shoes.
He sits, he won't even walk in them. He won't even try to walk in them.
We're going to try again.
We're going to keep trying, and maybe one day he'll be like, okay, they're not so bad.
Yeah.
But so we had to pick him up and actually take him to the track because Donald pulled a couple of those things out of his feet. And he was so grateful. But anyway, and plus it was cold. DJ don't like the cold. He don't like, he would go outside and use the bathroom, and then he would be running back to the house and then Donald would be like, come on DJ, let's go outside. And normally that's his thing. Like, he gets excited and he's like, oh, I get to go outside. But when it's almost like he had to drag him out the house.
He looked up at me from the bed. I was like, come on DJ, let's go outside. Come on. See, now he wants to go outside. Okay.
See, here I'm saying to you. I would say DJ is so funny. I just have to tell you this. So yesterday I was sitting here eating my apple. I was eating an apple.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, no, I think he wants some apples. So I gave him a piece of apple, right? And it's time for Donald to give him his walk because he walked him like 4 times a day. He didn't know what to do. He kept, because Donald was like, come on, let's go outside. But he could hear me crunching this apple. And he was like, I don't know what to do. That apple was good, but my daddy going outside. But the apple is so good. So he running back and forth. And then when Donald finally finally brought him back in the house, I was still eating my apple because I don't know why I was eating it slow. I was still eating my apple, baby. When I tell you DJ ran like he was running for home run, trying to score a base. What do you call it? A touchdown.
Score a run.
A score run. I don't know nothing about sports.
You know, the old-fashioned baseball touchdown.
Yeah, but he was sliding into first. And he slid into the couch, and then he bounced back over here. And he's like, "What an apple. What an apple." So we learned that he loved apples.
He loved apples.
We had to Google it.
I had to look it up to make sure it's safe for him. It's actually good for older dogs. And even though he's only 6, hey, he counts. So,
y'all know we don't know nothing about dogs.
We don't
know nothing about birthing no babies. But no, we're not familiar with dogs. This is the first dog that we've had together.
Yeah.
I've had a dog growing up, but my brothers took care of the dog, so I didn't have to do anything but pet him and watch TV with him. But yeah, so DJ likes it here.
Loves it here.
But we have to venture forth, because we have to be places at a certain time. So
yeah,
we're excited.
So we'll try to show y'all some of the travel for tomorrow morning. Maybe some rest stops or some stuff like that. Maybe some more ideas what's going on out here. And we're just looking forward to the next stop. So with that being said, fam, we just want to remind you guys to go out there and do something good for yourself.
And for others
others as well. Thank you for the prayers, fam, and y'all take it easy.
Bye.
Take me in your arms. Do just what you want. You're the one I trust. I belong to you. And I'll always be around when I need some loving, baby. And I'll never let you down. Let you down. I'm your song, and you're playing all my melodies. There's no one else, 'cause baby, we got chemistry. You give me feelings that I never knew. This heart of mine will always and forever belong to you. You and me were meant to be as one. The universe has known it all.